that's the point. It's not to change the universe, but it's to bring people a little bit closer, to make an introduction, a friendly handshake.
From the country's first Asian-American music label,
this is short rib adobo,
to the savory Filipino dishes being served up on the national stage.
I own a Filipino restaurant, and I'm learning so much from my own people, and I'm giving back just as much as they're giving to me.
And the effort to preserve the history at the center of one of the country's darkest moments.
We are living in the same kind of climate that put American citizens who look like this into barbed wire prison camp in the most cruel and mindless way.
In this half-hour special, we're taking you on a journey through this growing diaspora, introducing you to the names and faces of those representing the millions within the community and bringing forward their stories along the way. This is Amplified AA-NHPI Voices. Aloha, everyone. I'm Juju Chang. Thanks so much for streaming with us as we celebrate Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. It's a month to empower and magnify the voices of millions of Americans who can trace their heritage through dozens of nations, all here in cities and towns from coast to coast, leaving an indelible imprint on American culture for decades to come. Over the next 30 minutes, we hope to explore just a few of the vast cultures within this AA-NHPI diaspora here in America, amplifying those who use their voice and talents as an instrument of inspiration and change. But first, we meet the mother-daughter duo serving up dishes inspired by their Filipino heritage, catering to the everyday people within their community and even to the leaders of the country. It's through their love of food and culture and family that brought this restaurant to critical acclaim on the national stage. Our Christian Cordero has the story.
This will forever be a Filipino restaurant in the nation's capital. Look at this. This is short rib adobo.
Patrice Cleary is a self-taught chef, a mother, a daughter, a former Marine, and a first-generation Filipino-American.
Adobo is a very traditional Filipino dish.
Much of her story sits in this 4-story building.
I was able to introduce my food that I grew up on, that I loved, to people that may have never had it, but also people from the diaspora that missed it and wanted it.
Among those who've discovered Purple Patch are some notable Washingtonians, helping to bring Filipino food to prominence and elevating Patrice's stature as a pioneer in her industry. Patrice opened Purple Patch in Washington, D.C. in 2015, and since then, the dining room has expanded to fit more than 200 tables inside and out,
This is our vecina Montos.
with one very important regular,
You been here before?
making her rounds
Oh, I hope you guys like it, the food.
daily.
She just kind of is that motherly figure here.
So everybody call me Alice, Mama Alice.
Mama may as well be your first name.
Yeah.
Mama Alice is Patrice's mom, born and raised in the Philippines. Patrice was an infant when her dad, a U.S. Marine, moved their family to military bases around the country and overseas. She grew up in the kitchen, fluent in its mechanics and its purpose of bringing people together. This kitchen is connected to the dishes from home.
What about you made you want to share it with other people?
I was crazy. Anybody that opens up a restaurant has to be borderline crazy. I went from being a stay-at-home mom one day to a restaurateur the next day.
Within months, Purple Patch was recommended by the Washington Post's food critic and found early success. It's in the name, after all. A nod to its fusion roots, Purple Patch is a British phrase meaning a period of great success. It's also the color of the famous sweet potato known as ube.
Look at the ice cream.
Patrice's menu is vast. She wants it to be approachable for everyone.
I feel like I make dishes that entice people to want to try it. I love food. I get lost in my kitchen. Whether it's here or when I go home, I'm still cooking. I could never get tired of it.
Before Purple Patch reached its 5th year, everything changed. COVID-19 was declared a national emergency. Patrice's Filipino food haven became a food kitchen of sorts. She opened her doors to local families whose next meal was suddenly uncertain, handing out bags of takeout free of charge.
We probably did over 8,000 meals, free meals, from 10 to 1. It could be pancakes and waffles and and lumpia and pancit and juice boxes.
Patrice found a way to keep her doors open, her staff employed, and her family's recipes on the menu.
What are some of your earliest memories of this dish?
Long summers on a pier on my belly with chicken neck, right?
Fishing for the crabs are the earliest memories.
Fishing for the crabs.
Ginatang alimasag is one of her favorite meals ever. Crabs stewed in coconut milk with ginger and kale and served over rice. It's a dish native to the region where Mama Alice was raised. But by far the most popular menu item are these highly addictive, crunchy, cigar-shaped appetizers. Lumpia is made of ground pork and beef, a bit of carrot and spices, rolled up into layers of ultra-thin wrapper, then deep-fried until cooked thoroughly.
And 2 sayuri of lumpias with the mac and cheese.
It's not hyperbole to say food is the common love language here.
It's great.
And Mama Alice brought that love with her when she came to the U.S. in 1975.
I had to do it for my kids.
Now a mother herself, Patrice was too young at the time to remember her family making this decision. But it's one she'll never forget.
Perfect! And I've taken everything that she's given me to build a future for my family, for my kids. And it would have never started if she didn't kind of take that leap of faith.
In 2021, Patrice was afforded the opportunity to buy her restaurant's building.
You have 2 generations cooking for you.
From the foundation up, Purple Patch is entirely in Patrice's name.
We don't even own residential real estate, but we own commercial real estate. This is a dream.
A dream that's brought Patrice through the darkest chapter in the restaurant industry's history, deeper into her immediate community.
I just wanted to say I love your restaurant.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And perhaps most profoundly, standing shoulder to shoulder with her mom.
It's so good. So good.
Cooking a meal they love in a kitchen they own.
Mama Alice, how much do you love cooking?
I love to cook, but I cannot cook with a whole bunch of people like
what I do. She couldn't imagine this. I own a Filipino restaurant, and I'm learning so much from my own people. And I'm giving back just as much as they're giving to me. Without you and your sacrifices, this restaurant wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here having this conversation, and this wouldn't be here for all of the people that are our people. So I just want to say thank you so much.
I'm so proud with you, and I love you. I love it.
Thank you.
He's a beloved and familiar face to millions. On screen across the Star Trek franchise, he earned the fame reserved for a very few, with groundbreaking roles across generations, all while becoming a pivotal voice for our community off-screen. I sit down with George Takei, the legendary actor and lifelong activist who shares his personal story of imprisonment during World War II, reminding us all why history, the darkest corners of it, should never be forgotten.
Congratulations on yet another book. I remember so fondly your graphic novel and how middle school librarians recommended it. What made you want to write this one?
Well, this comes closest to my experience. It's a children's picture book. And I was a kiddie when the event happened. I was 5 years old, and I still remember that morning in early May. My father came rushing into our bedroom. I shared a bedroom with my brother Henry, a year younger, 4 years old. And he dressed us hurriedly and said, "Wait in the living room. Your mother and I are packing in our bedroom." And our baby sister was an infant. She was in a cradle in their bedroom.
Paint a picture for me, though. What did you see and what did you feel that your parents were going through as they're packing up all their belongings?
The bombing of Pearl Harbor happened December 7th, 1941. And it's very foggy, that memory. But
sure.
There was a change in climate. There was more tension. My parents were more anxiety-filled. And then they apparently got the word that we were being picked up. We saw 2 soldiers marching up our driveway. They carried rifles with shiny bayonets on them. They stomped up the porch, and with their fists, one of them began banging on the door. My brother Henry and I was standing by the window, paralyzed. My father came out, answered the door, and one of the soldiers pointed his shiny bayonet at my father. Henry and I were frozen in terror. And they said, "Get your family out of this house." We stood there waiting. And the other soldier who pointed the bayonet at him came out with escorting my mother out. My mother had our baby sister in one arm, a huge duffel bag in the other, and tears streaming down her cheeks. This is not a fuzzy memory. That memory of that morning is seared into my memory.
Now, looking back and thinking of that image of your mother with tears streaming down her face, what goes through your mind?
All I remember is the terror. Everything was lost. And my parents had to, endure just walking down the sidewalk and to have not the unfamiliar experience that Asian Americans had during COVID, where people were attacked. My parents were yelled at, shouted at, called spies, saboteurs. I mean, it was a horrific time for my parents. This I learned from my father as a teenager. I had memories, but I wanted to understand those memories. And we were innocent. We had nothing to do with Pearl Harbor, but war hysteria and racism, and that's what it was. We looked exactly like the people that bombed Pearl Harbor, and we were associated with it. And here were all these Japanese Americans. They saw us as dangerous.
What was it like for the American government, finally, decades later, to acknowledge that mistake?
In 1984, the commission produced a report, and they found that the internment was caused by three factors. One, war hysteria. Two, racial prejudice. And three, and most indicting, the failure of political leadership. And that report went to the White House. And in 1988, President Ronald Reagan, a conservative president, apologized for what he called a grievous error.
Did that feel like a proper apology?
Absolutely. But where it failed for me was my father. He had passed in 1979, never to know that this apology, which would have been so meaningful for him. But my mother said, "Daddy always knew this day would come."
Why is it important for the younger generation to know this history?
Because it's their history. We are Americans. This is American history. And I'm still concerned when so many adults, when I share with them my childhood background, they're aghast. They didn't know something like this happened. And I tell them, we need to have Americans know what America is about, because it is so relevant to us. Here we are in a presidential election year, and I see that same kind of insane, blind, mindless hysteria. A man who's announced that he's going to be a dictator from the first day, an authoritarian, and they worship him. Acolytes. We are living in the same kind of climate that put American citizens who look like this after Pearl Harbor into barbed wire prison camp in the most cruel and mindless way. I want to see our America live up to itself, and that means Americans have to take on the responsibility of citizenship and make America truly a great country.
And we forget history at our peril?
Absolutely.
And coming up, they're known for pushing the boundaries of music and technology, creating a space for artists to challenge and captivate society. We'll introduce you to the founder and CEO of the nation's first Asian American music label.
I think that 80 Rising is important because it just shows that you know, you can basically create something if you believe it. Asian creatives can come in all different type of forms of art, and so that's like kind of like our purpose.
Welcome back. It's been less than a decade since 88 Rising jumped on the scene, but in the years since its founding, the first Asian American music company in history has been breaking barriers on many fronts. From a music label and merchandise hub to an experiential media company, 88 Rising has paved the way for Asian and Asian American designers and artists, creating space for them across the music industry. Our Rena Roy has the story.
If we create something, it's going to be better than anything because nothing existed. We did break barriers, frankly speaking.
From Adarashi Gakko, Joji,
you know that I got everything.
and Warren Hugh,
You know that I got everything.
88 Rising catapulting Asian artists to the global stage.
We have like 120 employees. They're all pretty single-minded in terms of like, hey, like we're all going in one direction to uplift like, you know, Asian creatives from around the world.
What did you hear from the Asian American community? I'm sure they suddenly felt this representation in the music world that they maybe didn't have before.
They loved it. As things started to get bigger and our audience grew around the world, not just America, you know, we also feel like we have a responsibility. And like, what is that responsibility? It's to just make really good art.
Growing up, I didn't think Asian culture, my Asian culture, was that cool because I didn't see it in the mainstream. But you've played a pretty big role in changing that for Asian Americans with 88 Rising. How does it feel to know that you're sort of an architect of this movement?
I think it's fantastic. We were the first to kind of really be like, no, like, this is what we represent, this is what we stand for, and this is what we're gonna do. I think it's quite special.
Founded in 2015 by Sean Miyashiro, 88 Rising becoming one of the first ever one-stop shops for Asian creatives. Born from a desire to elevate the artists Sean already admired.
I'd look around the table and all my friends were really exceptional at what they did. And they were all in the creative field. They could be a great comedian, a great film director, a great graphic designer. And I was like, you know what? There's no place on the internet that essentially houses everything or celebrates everything.
So from music to marketing, 88 Rising supporting its artists on all fronts.
We do music, we have our own festivals, we'll do video, and we'll make a movie. We might make a musical someday. I'm not kidding, like Broadway, having a Broadway musical or a musical somewhere is my next thing. You know, I swear to God, I'm gonna do it. There's a studio.
It's where the magic happens.
Just watching 88, I just felt like they were so connected to the culture growing up. Having them being Asian too, just kind of made me feel like, wow, this is like a really cool thing. I feel like they can give me an opportunity to shine.
So this is a song that's in the works right now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're getting a sneak peek right now.
Warren Hughes signing to the label in 2020.
I don't need it, you say no. I repeat it and I bounce back to you. All the seasons dry now. I've been to you for a while.
Warren tells us while growing up in Indonesia, he was a big fan of hip-hop, borrowing elements of the genre to create his own unique style. Recently releasing his latest single, Split.
I would say sometimes some people would DM me and feel surprised.
I'm gonna ride to the highs, all right.
They wouldn't expect I would do like, you know, this type of music, a blend of R&B, hip-hop. Doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter what type of music you make, as long as like you feel confident about the music you make. I feel like a lot of kids out there, like Asian kids, like they look up to me and I want them to know as much as possible about my story growing up. Just putting your own culture, how you grew up, in your songs are very important, or very important to me at least.
I've heard of Indonesia, but I don't know what the streets look like. I don't know what the language sounded like. And through these artists, so many people probably got introduced to Indonesian, you know, because they're shooting music videos. And I think that that's the point. It's not to change the universe, but it's to bring people a little bit closer, to make an introduction, a friendly handshake.
Since you guys started 88 Rising, There has been kind of a free flow because of the internet and artists borrowing from other artists and cultures borrowing from other cultures. It's kind of become a little bit of a melting pot.
Yeah, I think it is a melting pot, and I think that's the beauty of it all. Like I think that is the intention of music. 88 Rising is, you know, we're just a part of that equation. We're just a small blip in this melting pot. We're a little seasoning.
Taking that message to the stage at Coachella. And 88 Rising's annual Head in the Clouds Festival, now in its 6th year.
There's cheering and support for everybody. This is just the environment that we've created. And I do remember like the 2nd year when I was like looking at this stage, I cried, you know, I cried a lot because I started sobbing actually because, you know, it was a powerful thing where you could just see all these people so happy to be there that there's a festival that kind of represents like Asian artists.
What is it like for you as someone who helps cultivate these artists in this space to see this kind of success?
I've seen pictures of people getting 88 Rising tattoos, and it makes me feel like, God, I gotta keep this going and getting better for them.
88 Rising inspiring other creatives to follow in their footsteps.
I hear a lot of people saying, oh, we want to be the 88 Rising for Africa. You know, we want to be the 88 Rising for India. People see us from afar and they're like, I want to do that.
More and more culturally specific record labels popping up in the U.S. in recent years, like D36. Helping create a global crossover in the music industry.
To see how many people you've inspired around the world, do you feel that this is now your life's purpose?
Oh yeah, it's my life's purpose. People ask me all the time, like, what would you do after 88 Rising? And I'll be like, I would create another 88 Rising.
Our thanks to Rena, Christian, and all of our AANHPI colleagues and allies. Thanks so much for streaming with us as we celebrate Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. From all of us here at ABC News Live, aloha.